Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while since I've made a video, over 170 days actually, but that's because I've been extremely busy with a ton of different software projects. Hey everyone, my name is Samuel and I'm currently in the last semester of my software engineering degree. I'm an entrepreneur, content creator sometimes, I run multiple businesses, and my software company recently launched our latest product. Dude, it's been so long since I made a video, this is crazy, and like sometimes I'm like looking like almost like at myself or like into the camera lens. I'm so bad. You know, you go 170 days without making a video and then you get quality like this. I'm sorry. Currently, I'm attending Iowa State University, and now over the years, I have loaded down my schedule so much with different courses and credit loads and taking summer courses and winter courses that now that I'm in my final spring semester, I only have to take a single 2-credit class. Because I'm only taking a single 2-credit class right now, it's allowing me to be able to focus the majority of my time on my 3 different businesses that I'm running right now. Because the goal is that by the time I graduate, my businesses are generating enough income for me where I can live off of those. I don't have to worry about getting an internship. Well, not even an internship, just like a regular full-time job. Yeah, I'll just be like a regular guy, I guess. They don't even need to be making that much. I've done the math, and for everything that I want to do, $3,000 a month, and I could easily live off of that. Surely I can get the businesses up to a point where that's what it's bringing in. Surely. I'm cooked. Guys, it's over. But now I want to jump into the different software projects that I've been working on. We're not really necessarily dive into them a whole lot. I just want to kind of give like the highlights of the 5 different projects I've been working on, and then we'll dive in specifically into one of them. The 5 projects that I've been working on right now are Ghost Messenger, Impulse Analyzer, Copycast, a Hightail forum that also has like server lists and mod lists in there, and finally a workout/schedule planner application. I already actually have every single one of these done except for the Hightail website is still in design, and Copycast isn't fully released. Ran into a few issues with it, so it's still behind. Now the main focus of this video is going to be Impulse Analyzer. If you want to see videos about me talking about the other projects I'm working on, then make sure you are subscribed because I'll be making separate videos talking about those. Impulse Analyzer is the theme and title around this video. The software itself, we've been working on developing this for, I want to say it's been almost 2 years now, like a year and a half, 2 years just about. But for the last 36 days, I basically locked myself in the house and I didn't leave, I didn't go anywhere or do anything. I literally just worked anywhere from 12 to 15 hours a day for the last 36 days to get this thing fully launched and production ready. And as of about a week ago, we have launched, the software's out, and people can start using it. But now I kind of want to just jump into what is Impulse Analyzer and like what does it do and why would people want to use it. Impulse Analyzer was created by the company Impulse AI. It is a self-hosted AI-powered analytics and intelligence platform designed to help teams understand, query, and act on their data using natural language. At its core, Impulse Analyzer lets individuals ask their questions of the AI in plain English. What changed in our revenue last quarter? What customers are most at risk for ... Or summarize my upcoming workload and events for this week. The user will then receive accurate contextual responses from the AI based on the data stored in their company's database. In short, users connect Impulse Analyzer to their existing SQL database. They give it read access, and then Impulse Analyzer will be able to give you insights about that data. So what's really cool about this is you don't have to transition your current database system or your current data to our platform. Our system will just integrate with what you already have. And so if you have like a local deployment or a cloud deployment, as long as you can put in the database role credentials that are able to actually connect to your database, that's essentially what our system will connect through. So Impulse Analyzer essentially just acts as like a user and then is able to access it through a role you've defined in your database. So you'll create like a username and password for a role in your database. You then assign that role in the Impulse Analyzer system, and then Impulse Analyzer is able to use that to query your database and pull in the relevant like tables and columns to then run the SQL queries to get the information it needs to be able to answer the questions that the user is asking. None of your data is stored, so you deployed this system locally on your own server, and then your employees and you just interfaced with it on your network and with your database system. The only calls that it makes is we have an intermediary system that facilitates the AI aspect of it. So you ask it a question, it sends it off to our AI system. The AI system then figures out what query it needs to generate to grab the relevant like columns and table names that it needs from your database. It'll then run the queries on that multiple different times till it finds the data that it needs to answer your question, and then it sends that back into a nice formatted response. And none of those logs from it like running those queries and data that it would see in those queries are ever stored in our system. They're just there temporarily, and then it gets cleared after a little bit. So none of it's stored. The AI model isn't trained on any of this data. It's not used for any sort of like marketing or advertising material or anything like that. You truly own 100% of your data, and none of it's ever used or stored for anything. But another thing that's really cool about this software is that in addition with it being able to interface with your SQL database, is you can also sync your Google Calendar or Outlook calendar to the system, and then you're able to get responses tailored to like what events you might have going on that day. So if you have like meetings coming up and you're talking with the AI and it thinks it might need to know what you have going on, then it can pull and look at that information. Furthermore, we also have a tool that can help users with meeting prep. We call it our exporting tool. How this works is after you've been chatting back and forth with the AI system for a while, you've built up a nice conversation. What exporting allows you to do is you can give it some guidelines to follow when it's creating the export of the conversation. It'll then summarize everything in the conversation, highlighting important maybe files you've attached, images, graphs that it's generated, and it'll create them into a nice presentable PDF file summary that you could then go and take to like a meeting or a manager or someone higher up if you have to like do a presentation or give a report on something. And if you get something knocked out in like 10 minutes that previously might have taken you like half the workday to do. This allows you to build closer connections with your clients because you can spend more time interacting with them and less time having to generate reports. This also gives you faster insight onto what's going on with your clients and what's going on internally inside the company, and less time having to spend filtering through all of that data yourself. There are also plenty of tools available for IT admins. They have the ability to upload company manuals to the system, which allows the AI to understand your company's values, priorities, and overall structure. They can easily manage users, from creating new users to approving employee onboarding, and even making custom database roles. Roles allow admins to restrict access to certain parts of their database. For example, someone in the HR department probably doesn't need access to every single thing that's in the database. In addition, admins can view important analytics. They can view how much Impulse Analyzer is being used, how many accounts are being created, how much the AI is costing them, and the number of reported responses coming in from users. This leads into the next feature, the reported responses. Reported responses are messages that have been received from the AI that a user has reported as either having malformed data, an incorrect formatting, or maybe it hallucinated some data for some reason that isn't actually in the database. A user would be able to report that and alert the admin that that has happened. An admin can then take the appropriate action to either select a different reasoning model, such as performance, balanced, or quality. Some other useful quality of life features are notifications, two-factor authentication, toggleable themes, profile editing, and the ability to see the employee directory. The AI, Impulse Analyzer, also has the ability to view the employee directory. For example, if a user had a question on something related to like sales data, and they needed to find out who they would need to contact in the sales department to discuss this, they'd be able to ask the AI, hey, I need to find someone in the sales department that can help me with this problem we're working on. Who can I talk to about this? The AI would then be able to look through the employee directory and find the best fit for that question. Right now, Impulse Analyzer is mainly geared towards enterprises and not individual users. However, you can start a 7-day free trial right now if you check out the link in the description box and go to our website. Now, the 7-day free trial is only for the software license. You'll still have to pay for the AI usage, but with a 7-day free trial, it allows you to get familiar with the system, set everything up without having to pay too much money to use the system and get things configured initially. Now, there's still plenty of features that I didn't go into in this video, so if you want to learn more, then make sure you check out the website or leave a comment on this video and I'll try to respond to as many as I can. There's also a contact form on the Impulse Analyzer website, so if you still can't find what you need and information about the software from the website, feel free to fill out that contact form and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But there you guys have it. That is Impulse Analyzer. In the future, there's a ton of other features that we're going going to be releasing for this thing, and there's already so many new ideas and new features that we have already thought of or are currently thinking of. So there's a lot more to come. We're also willing to take feedback from our clients that use the software, and if they have a suggestion or they'd like to see something in the software, then just let us know. We'll take it into consideration for a potential future update. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.